Attention, please.
And now, it's Cutter's Rockcast.
We're backstage at the historic Rave in Milwaukee, Wisconsin with Jordan Fish from Bring Me the Horizon. First of all, thank you for doing this. I wanted to talk to you so bad. And once this record came out, we sat down and talked in Chicago. After That's the Spirit, we were supposed to do this in Las Vegas. Of course, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So first, thankfully, it wasn't as bad with Ali's vocal cords as it seemed like it could have been.
Yeah, no, it was okay in the end. It was kind of he got sick, and then we had a lot of shows in a row, and I think that was the combination of those things. And then he got told he couldn't sing, but we didn't want to cancel the shows, so we tried to carry on, and then went back again, and they said...
Oh, so he got told he couldn't sing before you got... Okay.
We got told that we had to stop a few shows before, and we were like, well, maybe we can get through it, because we don't like cancelling shows, obviously.
Right.
It's horrible for everyone. And then he went back to the doctor again after our LA show, and we had like the schedule was kind of quite relentless. Like we had to do this K-Rock show and like like really late at night and stuff. So
yeah,
and Jimmy Kimmel and our LA show, and then went back to the voice doctor, and they just said you can't sing anymore, or you're gonna. So then we just had to stop, unfortunately. But yeah, just a combination.
Well, it's not fun for anybody to have to cancel a show. I
no,
mean,
it's not
you
nice.
know. But I think sometimes we forget when we're not doing that every single day just how much of a toll that takes on your voice.
Yeah, exactly. And it just happens sometimes. You know, sometimes I lose my voice and no one really cares. But obviously, when you're the singer, I think if your throat gets...
Who's going to handle your backups then?
Well, I can squeak my way through it. No one's complaining. But yeah, it's just one of those things, a human thing, I guess. But
yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Ammo, of course, the sixth studio record from Bring Me the Horizon. You guys have done such an amazing job of the evolution of every single album. We talked a little bit about it, and That's the Spirit, but this one even more so. And for you, as the songwriter and the multi-instrumentalist in the band, there are so many sounds going on this record that it almost feels like, well, what'd they do? Just throw a bunch of stuff up against the wall and hope something ends up being genius, which it did? Or how much of that was pre-planned?
I guess pretty much it's like that. Yeah, we just try a bunch of stuff and see what. Yeah, pretty much that. Pretty much that, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, to some extent it's pre-planned because usually we have an idea of like what kind of thing we want to go for on each song and stuff. So yeah, like with certain songs it'll be like, you know, this is the vibe, and then that kind of guides what type of sounds you want to use and how we use the instruments that are in the... I mean, in terms of my sounds, I can obviously kind of do whatever. I don't really have an instrument as such, so it's like electronics programming. It just means anything, really. So that's part of the reason why we're quite varied sonically, because like obviously I can put a harp in or shit that I can't actually play. I can play. I can program. But then in terms of the guitars, part of the challenge and what makes it interesting is trying to figure out ways to use them in different ways for different songs. So if we're trying to do something that's, you know, like a song like Nihilist Blues, which is kind of like a rave influenced, our version of a rave kind of track, it's like, well, how do we then use the drums and guitars in ways that don't make it feel like a band covering a rave song, but make it feel like its own, make it feel legit kind of thing. So yeah, to some extent it's just having a go and seeing what works and what sounds cool, and to some extent it's preordained because we generally have an idea of what we're going for with each song.
Do you, like, take a song like Wonderful Life, for example, and I'll use that as the example since that's the current hard rock single.
Okay.
When you guys sit down and write a song like that, for you, where is the inspiration for what you're going to put in to a song like that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, this one's a little bit heavier, obviously, so I'm going to do this. This one's a little bit lighter, like Medicine, so I'm going to do this.
I guess usually it's like, it's a mixture of things. Sometimes it's like, if it's really heavy and basic in a section, then it's trying to find a way to make it so it feels interesting and different in another section.
Mm-hmm.
So you're almost like trying to fight against what you've got. So Wonderful Life is a real simple riff, and there's not really much else to that part. So then the verse, I guess the idea was try and find some way to make it feel a bit more electronic, like, and more of a clusterfuck, so that it's contrast. I don't know. That to be honest, that song's it's just a weird song anyway. It's not really the most like cleanly executed in terms of the arrangement, but it just happened to work that way. In the end, I've kind of told myself that like it goes with the lyrics because they're all a bit random and
little happy accident.
It's just so that, and the whole song just sounds like a bit random. There's loads of weird sounds and it's got Danny Filth on it and stuff. So I guess that one just kind of happens to work in some way.
Did you know you wanted? Obviously, there's a lot of guests on the record.
Yeah, it's a few.
Grimes, Danny Filth. Did you know you wanted to work with him on that particular song?
No, I didn't think it was. It wasn't my idea when it was first suggested. I really liked the section. We'd already tracked the section with Ollie.
Yeah,
and it was like one of my favorite bits. So I was a bit like, oh, I don't want to change it. But Ollie was like, no, it'd be cool. And in the end, I like it now. But at the time, I was like, we got a really good vocal for that part, and I'm like, I was like really attached to it. So
I love how people were surprised about the Grimes feature, as if the Lights features and There's a Hell never happened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like it already happened.
Yeah, and they're both Canadian.
Right.
We've got the Canadian hookup. But yeah, no, it was cool. I guess she's a different genre. Lights is slightly more associated with rock world for some reason, but
it's not a bad thing, Jordan.
No, I think, well, it's not a bad thing, no. I mean, I think that's maybe why they were more surprised, because like Grimes doesn't really has not done anything with a rock metal band before, or whatever we are.
Sure, but like there's some people in that world that just feel like they came from a background that features some metal or some rock, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. She's definitely one of those. Like I think she's like not too cool to be involved with anything. I mean, like she's got songs out at the moment. Some of them sound like new metal from like 15 years ago.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
No, I think it's cool. It's a cool vibe.
Hell, there was an Instagram video, Demi Lovato jamming out to old metalcore songs.
I know. I thought
that was hilarious.
That, yeah. I did see that. I think an old one.
Some from Count Your Blessings was on it. I think if I remember
so,
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, old Asking, it was cool.
Yeah.
So the other guests then on the record. I mean, you guys are in studio, you're writing, like, paint the picture for me. You guys are in studio writing, you're recording songs. Does somebody just go, oh, you know what'd sound cool? I've been listening to Grimes a lot, and she'd be great on this song. Or, dude, I always wanted to have a black metal dude. You know what I mean?
The Grimes one, Ollie wanted a female artist for the second verse, just because it felt like it would be nice to have a different voice come in and give that different perspective. So that was kind of where that idea came from. And then we have to, it's not very nice, but we had to make a list of people to approach, because obviously like the odds of them saying yes are low.
Well, and I imagine time frame too.
Yeah, exactly, and all those things. So we kind of gave a list of people to our label, and we were like, these are a bunch of people that we'd like to approach, see if you can get any of them, and we just didn't hear anything back. Our label, I don't know if they even bothered to email them. And then and then we just knew someone who knew Grimes, and we got in through that way. And we just sent her the track, and she came back and she was like, oh, I totally love it. Like, I love it.
Awesome.
I want to do it. And we were like, oh, fuck yeah, sick. So it was like random one. And then, yeah, she said it was like one of her favorite songs ever, like one of the best songs ever, is how she described it, yeah. So we were stoked because we were really big fans of hers. So
that's very sick. Cool.
And then, Danny Filth, Ollie just messaged him on Instagram. Just literally DM'd him. Yeah. And Danny was like, I think he thought it was a wind-up at first, because he messaged back and said, if this is really you, then yes, I'm up for it. It was like quite cool.
It's still one of the strangest backstage interviews I've ever done in my life. Was
really?
With him.
He's a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, just, you get the makeup, you get the corpse paint on.
Yeah.
And it's just a different world.
Yeah.
The video, dude, here's Danny Filth in full corpse paint, pouring cereal, grocery shopping. You're out doing the dad thing. Ollie's getting the water heater fixed or whatever in his house. I mean, the whole like, oh hey, we're real people.
Yeah. Cool,
that video, the concept of that, where did that come from?
Again, it was Ollie's idea.
That Ollie guy.
Yeah, he was coming up with these ideas. Yeah. That was like, we were going to do a lyric video. It wasn't really meant to be a proper video, and then it was like, well, why don't we just have some mundane stuff going on in the background?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so then that kind of led to we were gonna shoot like just like us in our everyday lives. So that was an easy shoot for me because it just came to my house and just carried on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went to the park near my house and just swung him on the swing. That was it, really. That was Lee on his lawnmower in his garden.
That's cool.
And that's Ollie in his house. And
someday when he's a teenager, he's like, Dad,
yeah,
why'd you do that to
yeah,
me?
he's gonna want some royalties or something for doing the video.
I want 1 point.
And yeah, the Danny Filth part just seemed like it would be quite funny, you know, just to
Yeah.
have him doing like menial shit while in his gear. And he was like, he doesn't take himself seriously at all, I don't think.
Right.
So he was like bang up for it. So
Oh,
yeah, we were
that's
just like,
awesome.
yeah, awesome.
That's
Make
awesome.
big, kind of funny video, cool vibe, it fits with the song.
Yeah, very much so. You know, when Ammo came out, obviously, you know, Bring Me the Horizon has such a hardcore fan base, rabid followers, and people that, you know, obviously followed from the beginning, from the death metal days before you were around, and everything else. The song Heavy Metal on Ammo references that, which again, I will listen to that song all the way through just to hear the ironic 3-second deathcore breakdown at the end.
Right.
The irony of something like that, again, is that just going, you know what, fuck you?
Kind
Or-
of. It's a bit of both, really. I mean, it's a fuck you, but at the same time, it's, you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. So it's just, I guess, it's just having some, using that as a source of inspiration, having some fun with it. I think it's just we thought it'd be funny to do it, and also thought it'd be cool. I don't know. It's hard to say, really, but yeah, I mean, it's not really a fuck you because we did a bit of heavy stuff on there anyway, so
Well, right.
it's kind of just, I don't know, just seemed like a good idea. Yeah, it was a sake taking it and using it as a source of inspiration for something a bit tongue-in-cheek, I guess. Really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
tongue-in-cheek.
how relaxed you are about all that stuff. it's awesome. Seriously, Ammo to me is a genius record just as much as I thought That's the Spirit was a genius record, just as much as I thought Septernal was a genius record, and so on and so forth.
Oh, thanks, man.
You guys are on another level, man, and it's I don't know, it's cool to see.
Appreciate
Rock
it.
needs it.
I hope you enjoy the show. I think this show is one of my favourite shows we've ever done.
It's all
the
it's all
production.
strobe lights, right?
And it's not all strobe lights. No, we've got
Sorry.
dancers.
Really?
We have dancers tonight. Yeah,
No kidding.
and it's the coolest thing ever. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're taking
I
it
can't
to
wait
the
to see.
next
I saw
level.
one review where it's just like, is it all strobe lights? Because I'm gonna have a seizure if you know.
No, we don't think we have too much strobe, but we have dancers. We have, well, we normally have fire, but we don't have fire today because they're not allowing us to. But
Yeah.
the dancers are cool enough, so we've got some cool shit. Yeah, you'll enjoy the
awesome.
show.
We'll be watching.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Cutter's Rockcast.
Don't forget to tune in.
Exactly.